Hey guys, E3 2018 is coming to a close. We're on day 3 now. I don't expect any announcements to really pop up. I feel like they would have happened earlier in the week, obviously. But I'm going to go over my impressions of what was announced, what was shown. A lot of the stuff that was shown for like Microsoft or Sony, there was probably like news about it before, but I just don't follow them, so they're going to be new announcements to me. So let's go right into it. The first thing I watched was the Microsoft conference. They had like 50 announcements or 50 games or something, but I'm just going to be listing the games that appeal to me. Just because I say them in this list doesn't mean I'm going to be buying them. It's just like something that like I'd actually consider. So, yeah, I got kind of a short list here. I mean, there was 50 announcements, but yeah, first was like Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I never played the first Ori game. I've heard a lot of good things about the first game. But I just don't like plugging in my Xbox because it just takes up a lot of space and I don't really know where to put all the cables. And the power adapter is so fucking big. So yeah, a lot of the Xbox games, it's like I'll consider, but like it's just such like even though it's an extra minute to like put it all together, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Ori looked interesting. I mean, again, I've heard good stuff about it. Captain Spirit, I'm trying to remember what that game was about. It was like a free download or something where like just about this kid pretending he's a superhero, which is like kind of normal for kids, I guess. I mean, I didn't really watch a lot of superhero stuff, but I can understand like where the game is coming from. I didn't quite understand what you do in the game, and again, I probably won't be getting it just because it's just, I don't know, I don't care that much. Nier Automata or Automata or whatever it's called. That was on PlayStation 4 last year. And then I didn't even know there was DLC for it, but they were like, hey, we got it. We're going to have it on Xbox One with all the DLC. Another game I've heard a lot of good stuff about. That came out like a year and a half ago, I think. And I don't know. I guess maybe I'd watch more gameplay videos before I pull the trigger on that one. But that's a game I'd probably consider more than Ori or Captain Spirit. Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not getting that. I think it was just heavily shown like everywhere. I like wrote it down just like, hey, maybe my sister would like that, even though I don't know if you had to play the first 2 Kingdom Hearts games to really understand what's going on. But like my sister loves Disney. She's not like super big into like anime aesthetics and stuff, but I think just like seeing me play anime kind of games like Xenoblade and Fire Emblem, she's kind of like tamed down on the hate just by seeing anime. They showed like an indie reel thing. I know like Nintendo does that. I guess Microsoft did that too. I'm trying to remember because like I wrote these down like as I was watching them. But there was one game on there called Harold Halibut. I don't even remember what was on there. It was like I feel like that was just like 10 seconds of a guy walking, but it was like stop motion claymation. I don't think it was clay, but I don't know, it just reminded me of, like, Nickelodeon shows with, like, the Klasky Supo kind of art style, where it's just really ugly, but, like, still appealing in some way or another. I guess I'd have to learn more about that game. Then there was Session, or I guess it's technically Skate 4. So I've never played any of the Skate games before, but it seems like the Tony Hawk series has gone to shit. I played Tony Hawk 5, a year and a half ago. And it wasn't very fun. I mean, all Tony Hawk games are good in one way or another, but 5 just like, it was kind of buggy and stuff. And I don't know about the Skate series, like I said. I'm sure that game will be $10 in a few years. Because I think Skate 3 you can get for like dirt cheap. So yeah, maybe I'll check it out once it gets to dirt cheap level. Then they showed some Cuphead DLC. I was like hyping up Cuphead before it came out. And then, like I said, I don't like plugging in my Xbox very often. So I've only gone through the first world of Cuphead. I'm sure I'll get to the second, third, and fourth worlds, but the DLC just adds a 5th one. From what I've played in the first world, it is a very fun game. Although also very frustrating, but I mean, you gotta weigh the pros and the cons together. And then you get like a third character, and it doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably get it if I play Cuphead more. And then they showed this game called Tunic. Apparently this game's been, like, in development for a while. Because, like, there was... I just like, Googled it, because I'm like, what the hell's Tunic? Just, like, seeing a list on Reddit. And then apparently there was a thing from like 8 months ago, but Tunic is like a top-down Zelda isometric game. Yeah, it looks really fun. I like the two-dimensional Zelda games more than the three-dimensional ones. And I guess by that I mean like Link to the Past and stuff. I think I just find those a bit more enjoyable for whatever reason. But yeah, Tunic plays just like that from what it appears to be. And that's really all I can say. It looks beautiful. I mean, most games in this era look good anyways with all the HD graphics and I mean, you're pulling out the big guns at E3, so you're going to be showing like good stuff. Although they did show Harold Halibut, so I don't know. I mean, I guess the technology behind the games is also very important. And last on my list for Microsoft is Battletoads. They showed nothing, although they did say it's going to be like an animated kind of game. It appears that it will probably be just the first game. I guess there's only one game. Just the NES game, but like all hand-drawn. And I'm totally down for that. I'll buy that 100%. I played Battletoads on Rare Replay, and it was very frustrating, but I don't know. I just see myself playing that, so that will be good. Get a new game on the shelf, I guess. And then going down, apparently LimitedRun Games had a thing. I only wrote down one game, being Ukulele is getting a physical edition on Switch. And if I can get a pre-order for that or whatever, then I'll get it, because like I was going to get Ukulele on Switch if they had a physical version, but they only had it downloadable. So I just went and got it for Xbox One, and if I can get it on Switch, that'll be cool too. And then next was Ubisoft, I really don't know. Yeah, they showed quite a bit. I think last year they showed a lot of like virtual reality stuff, and that didn't appeal to me. But this year they got one more thing, I guess. They showed Beyond Good and Evil 2 again. I guess this time they had gameplay. I'm trying to remember how it went. It was just like a big city in the sky with like flying cars and stuff. I never played the first Beyond Good and Evil game, and I don't know if I'll get this one. It just is like a movie game pretty much from just the trailers alone. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like they're putting like a lot of effort and love into it, and that's really all I can say. And hopefully my microphone isn't freezing up. No, okay, good. Then they showed Trials Rising. So I've played the Trials games before. I don't own any of them, but I did play like a lot of Canvas Writer on the computer back in like high school, and yeah, I just like the bike games, I guess. And Trials Rising is going to come onto Nintendo Switch, so that gives me a greater reason to want to buy the game. Because, and I don't know how the online stuff works, if like you can play with other people. There was like 8 tracks instead of like 4, and you could have like multiple people on the same track. I don't know if that's like stuff in the older games, but that appealed to me, and I'm going to be paying for Nintendo Switch Online, so just having that instead of just like being limited in options on Xbox One or PlayStation 4, like I'll take the Switch version since that's coming out. Then they showed Mario & Rabbids DLC for the Donkey Kong stuff. So I don't have Mario & Rabbids. I've been like waiting for maybe to get it if it's like $15 or something, because it's like, it's something I'd like to play, but I don't really care if I play it or not, because like, I don't really care about Rabbids, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd get the DLC. I'd have to try the base game first. But they showed like a Grant Kirkhope performance live on the stage, and I'm like, yay, Grant, my favorite. And yeah, that was it for that. And then they showed Starlink. They showed that last year. That was like the only thing from Ubisoft I showed like any interest in, other than like Mario & Rabbids. And I don't think I like it as much anymore. I thought like that was like back when I was like still kind of like teetering off in my Amiibo hype, but like I'm pretty much done with Amiibo unless they make some for the new Smash Bros. Game, which I'll talk about later. But it's like you build a ship on your controller, and then yeah, that's really it. Like I don't want to have all those pieces around. Like Nintendo Labo came out a few months ago, and I was like, oh cool. And then I made the piano, and I used that like twice. I'm like, oh great, now I just have a piano lying around. I don't want to make the other stuff anymore if I'm not going to use them like more than twice. And then they were like, oh, let's have Star Fox and Starlink. And I'm like, okay, that kind of makes me want to play it more, even though I don't really play any Star Fox games. I played Assault for like 2 levels, and like that's my history with Star Fox. So yeah, that'll probably be a pass game for me, but it looked interesting, and you gotta mention it because Star Fox. And then the last thing from Ubisoft was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I don't know if they're just ripping off of Super Mario Odyssey, but I know like Odyssey is an old word and all that shit, but like every time they announce an Assassin's Creed game, unless it's like Assassin's Creed 4, I'm always like, oh, I mean, I like the aesthetics, oh, I like this, I want to get it, and I just don't get it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care if I don't get it. So like, I thought the Egyptian one last year, I thought that looks cool, didn't get it. I thought this one looks cool just because of the Greek stuff. Probably won't get that one either. Next up is Sony. They didn't have a lot of stuff, but I mean, they showed the stuff they did have extensively. So they had like this game called Ghost of Tsushima. I'm just totally skipping over like The Last of Us 2 because I don't really care about that. I don't care about shooting games. Yeah, but Ghost of Tsushima. So that's like a samurai game. There was like 3 or 4 samurai games this year. That was kind of crazy. But this is the one that looked the most interesting to me, I guess, just because of the aesthetics and whatever. Will I get it? Probably not. I don't know. That's really all I can say about it. I mean, like Sony, like they do a lot of stuff with their games. Like I just played Detroit Become Human. I've been hyping that up for years. Ended up being an awesome game. I'm guessing Tsushima will be an awesome game too, but I probably won't give it the time of day. The next is a game called Control. I didn't really care about this. It was just a cool idea that's like, yeah, we've probably kind of seen it just because like it's all about using the Force, like in Star Wars. For like you can just pick up objects and then use them as projectiles. That was like really all I could grasp from it, and then I think they had like just shooting aspects too with guns, so it's like, yeah, whatever, you get 2 projectiles. Next was this game called Trover Saves the Universe by the people from Rick and Morty. Or, well, they helped work on it and stuff. And I don't know if it was supposed to be a virtual reality game or like just a third-person platforming game. I really couldn't tell from like the 1 minute they showed because half of the trailer was like just a gag that wasn't even gameplay. I guess I'd look out for it. I don't watch Rick and Morty, but I like the humor from like the few episodes I have seen. I mean, I'm not like laughing out loud unstoppably, but you know what I mean. And then they showed Death Stranding. So like last year, whatever they showed, I'm trying to remember what it was, but like I was like, okay, this is an interesting idea. I don't know what's going on with it, even though it was just like literally like less than a minute, I think. But I mean, it's made by Kojima. I haven't played like any Kojima games at all, but I know that he's like highly regarded as like one of the S+ tier kind of like developers or whatever in the gaming industry. And then the trailer that they showed this time at E3 was, I don't even know. I mean, I guess like you're just delivering packages and there's like doomsday shit going on, but like they don't really tell you what's going on in the trailer. You're just supposed to like interpret for now. I don't know. It looks so fucked up. I mean, it's not like fucked up looking, but like there's just so many like kind of crazy ideas in there, and it's like got some gross out humor or like just gross out stuff. And I'm like, okay, like I don't know if I want to play this, but like this is probably gonna like define a generation or something. Like who knows what could happen in this game? But it's like setting up for like fucking big shit to happen, I'm guessing. And then last was a Spider-Man. I don't care about Spider-Man. I don't care about superheroes. I played like one Spider-Man game on Nintendo 64, and I don't even remember anything about it. And, I mean, this game was just like, hey, you're gonna go against all the villains, or like a bunch of them. And the controls, I mean, I don't know how, like, there's a lot of Spider-Man games, I don't know how much the controls change from one to another. But I don't think I'm gonna check this one out. I'm just saying it looks cool. It looks cool enough for me to write it down on my notebook, so. Yeah, that's it for Sony, and now we got Nintendo, the big boys. The one where I'm going to be getting most of these games. So, I'm not starting off with what they let off because it was like some robot game I don't care about. But they got Xenoblade 2 DLC. They've been saying that there was going to be like DLC since the game came out. Since before the game came out. And like, I had no idea what it could be. I didn't even like consider what it could be. Other than like maybe something involving Torna. I don't know. But they showed like exactly what it's going to be in like the 2 minutes. Because like the game, okay, this is like pretty important. Because like the game, it like talks about a lot of events that happened 500 years prior. And then the DLC just takes place during that 500 year ago war. And so it's like everything's just going to make sense now after you play the DLC. So I'm like totally excited for that. Because if it was just like, hey, go to a new Titan that's just randomly been discovered, it's like, yeah, no thanks. Because like a lot of the side quests in Xenoblade 2 kind of sucked. But like if we're going to get like a new story involving the 500 year ago war, like hell yeah, give me in on that. Then they talked about Pokemon Let's Go. I've talked a lot about that game during my Pokemon Red Let's Play, but I'll just say that I'm excited to go to Kanto again, even though I just played through Red. There's a lot of systems that kind of change in there. It's like, to get EXP, you just have to keep catching Pokemon, apparently. Or battle trainers, but I don't know if you'll be able to like do the Versus Seeker to go against trainers again. I mean, you get to go through Kanto with the special physical split for the first time. Because, like, I'm not going to count, like, the Heart Gold and Soul Silver remakes, just because, those you don't go through Kanto first, you go through them second, so your Pokemon are already kind of, like, beefed up by then. So, like, nothing really matters, I guess. But, yeah, I can't wait to go through that. The Pokeball Plus thing, that's, like, $50. That's crazy. Like, I'm just gonna get one just to have one. I don't, like, play Pokemon Go that much anymore. Maybe it will encourage me to if I get the Pokeball Plus. I don't know. Like, I don't have a phone that can play Pokemon Go. I just use my iPod Touch, and that, I can't really go anywhere outside because I need Wi-Fi to do anything. And, like, I got 2 more years of school. I don't play Pokemon Go that much, and I don't want to just carrying around this Pokeball around school. Yeah, I mean, I use like the Pokeball Plus or the Pokemon Go Plus like wristband like a few times at school, but like when it vibrates, it's kind of loud, and I don't want people being like, "What's that vibrating noise?" every 5 minutes. But yeah, I'm excited for Pokemon Let's Go. I'm gonna get Eevee. I might get both. It depends on how much I like the first one, and if you can like transfer Pokemon over and stuff. A lot of stuff to try to figure out because like. I don't, like, yeah, you probably can trade Pokemon, but, like, they're bringing in the candy system from Pokemon Go. And so, like, let's say you have a Graveler, you want to evolve it to a Golem. Well, normally you have to trade your Graveler to a different game, and then you have to hope they'll want to trade it back or something. But in Pokemon Go, you just give your Graveler 100 Geodude candies, and then it evolves into a Golem. So, like, how are they going to do that? Also, are there going to be version exclusives? I don't know. But I want to use Eevee, I guess. I don't know. The next day, it's Super Mario Party. If I had one guess of what would be announced, it would have been Mario Party 11. And that's just what we got. They're getting rid of the car mechanic, although they're keeping a bit of the stuff from like Mario Party Star Rush, which I hope you can turn that off. Because like, character-specific dice is cool and all, but like, I don't know. I'd rather just have like as I guess, empty of a experience as possible. Just the most standard way to play Mario Party. And then, like, along with the character dice, then, like, you can recruit allies, and every time you have an ally, then, like, they add 1 or 2 to your dice, I think. To your dice roll. And I'm like, I don't want that. Hopefully we can turn that off. But it feels like you probably won't be able to. Maybe there's going to be another mode without the allies. That would be good. But I'm still excited for Mario Party. I cannot talk about Mario Party enough. Or, I don't know. Next was Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I'm going to admit the game kind of looked like shit. There's like nothing really standing out about the aesthetics. It looked like they just wanted to like, hey, let's do Fire Emblem Awakening again. And then it's called 3 Houses. I hope to God they don't make 3 different versions like how Fates had 2 versions. If there is 3 versions or even 2 versions, I'll probably just get whatever the more difficult version is and play that one, and then the other 2... If I can get them cheap or something, then yeah, like maybe I'll get them. But, like, really there was just nothing aesthetically pleasing about this game. It was just, like, Awakening 2.0. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, like, it was just such a bland looking Fire Emblem game. Like, I haven't played any of the console ones, like, on the Wii or the GameCube. But, hopefully, I mean, this game comes out in a year. Like, they said it was going to come out holiday, like, a year ago, but then they were, like, pushing it to 2019. So that's a good decision, I think. Could use some work. Another game that got moved to 2019, which I'm more surprised about this, is the Yoshi game. I guess I'm more surprised because, like, they had... Okay, so, like, last year at E3, they had Kirby and Yoshi. And Yoshi, they, like, had a demo at the Nintendo Treehouse, but Kirby, they didn't. And then Kirby comes out, like, in March, and then Yoshi, they're delaying it to, like, next March, or even later than that. And I'm like, what? You had a playable demo. Like, maybe they just had 2 levels ready. I don't know, but... There's a lot of stuff that can be improved with that game, too. Because, like, Yoshi wasn't, like, spectacular looking last year. It was, like, a game that I was like, yeah, I'll get it on sale. But apparently Nintendo Switch games aren't going on sale at all. Because I've been waiting for, like, Pokken Tournament to get cheap. And that's been, like, staying at $60. I'm like, come on, give me a discount at least. Like, that's not a $60 game. I bought it on the Wii U for, like, less than $60. Maybe, I don't even remember. Okay, just going along, we have Fortnite. I mean, Fortnite's become like a meme and how popular it is. Well, I get it. I don't know. I'm kind of content with playing Splatoon 2 and getting frustrated with that instead of like starting something new like Fortnite. But it's a free download, something for me to consider. I don't know. And then last thing is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They spent like more than half of the presentation just showing that. They're bringing back every single character from the past 4 Smash Bros. Games. So, I mean, well, okay, the first Smash Bros., all those characters have always been in it. But, like characters that you don't really think should come back, like Pichu or Young Link. They're bringing back, like, fucking Wolf. I think he should have come back. Like, Ice Glamours, they're coming back. Everybody's coming back. And then they're like, hey, let's add Ridley, too. And Ridley was, like, I'm guessing on the Super Smash Bros. 4 DLC poll thing, when, like, everyone could vote for what characters they want. I'm guessing Ridley was, like, very high on the list, because, like, Ridley's too big, and, like, they just want, like, another Metroid character, and, like, Ridley's, like, the perfect Metroid character. But, I mean, I'm just glad Squirtle's back, right? Squirtle's, like, one of my favorite Pokemon. They, like, redesigned characters. I mean, they didn't redesign, like, many characters. I'm just thinking, like, Zelda offhand got a big redesign. But, like, Zelda and most Legend of Zelda games gets, like, redesigned. So I guess that makes sense to me. Like, a lot of characters are getting, like, fixed and stuff. They're bringing back, not, like, wave dashing, but, like, diagonal dodging in the air. I haven't been, like, watching any gameplay on, like, just people that are at E3, because it's, like, I think they're gonna have items or something. Like, yeah, I don't care that much. It's a game, like, once I play it, I'll be able to, like, figure stuff out. I don't really have to watch, like, scrubs play, like, 2-minute time matches with items. And what else is there to talk about on that game? I don't know. I don't have it, like, super fresh in my memory. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just totally excited to play it. Comes out December 7th. Oh yeah, like Mario Party comes out October 5th, I think. Pokemon is like November 17th. That's all the dates I remember. Otherwise, like all the dates for like Microsoft and Sony stuff, I feel like those are all like just 2019. But yeah, that's my thoughts and impressions on E3 2018. I think it was a good year. I got like just what I wanted, pretty much. Mario Party and Smash Bros. And the Xenoblade DLC was a plus. I was expecting Yoshi. I know a lot of people are very upset that Animal Crossing wasn't announced. And yeah, it's been like 5 or 6 years since Animal Crossing New Leaf was on 3DS. And like, okay, like yeah, let's jump on that bandwagon of like do they want money? Like they should sell it now. But like just looking at the lineup for this holiday, like okay, we're getting Smash Bros, Pokemon, and Mario Party. Like that's solid with me. Like, yeah, you could throw Animal Crossing in there, but I feel like most Animal Crossing games come out in, like, spring or summer. I can't verify that. I can only verify that with New Leaf. But, yeah, a lot of stuff there. I'm kind of glad that there's, like, not a lot of stuff coming out this holiday, just so I can save money. I feel like I said that last year, too, but I'm totally fine with that. Like, yeah, Mario Party, Pokemon, Smash Bros. Like, that's all I need. It's the trifecta. If I can get Yooka-Laylee, that'll be good, too. And Trials Rising on Switch. I don't know if... I think that's 2019, but... Yeah, lots of good stuff here. Thanks for listening to my quote-unquote podcast about E3 2018.